Alright, hello everyone, welcome to the channel Growing with Greg. This is part 1 of the 4-part series of Growing Up with Greg. So today I'll be going over life advice and tips pertaining on what it is to be an adult and how to get ready for adulthood. So I hope this information I provide is helpful, and if you haven't already, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get on to it. Okay, so tip 1 for this video, and I'm touching up on this one first because we all fall victim to it sometimes, but that's not comparing yourself to others. Now, when you start doing this and you catch yourself in the act of comparing yourself to someone, realize that the pace that you're in life and the journey you have to go through in life is not theirs. You have a different life. Like, you have a different journey that God has placed you in. You have to have goals and dreams and milestones that you just have to want to achieve in life to make sure you don't fall victim to just looking into another man's plate or looking into another man's lifestyle. Like, you know, they might have the cars, the fame, the girls, that, and third. It's irrelevant because it's not your life. They have a life that God has blessed them with. And God will bless you with that same lifestyle too if you stop worrying about that next person. Now, another thing, when you have certain goals that you're trying to achieve and you see other people achieving those same goals, but they might be doing better than you, be happy for them. Don't worry about the fact that they're doing it, but a little bit better than you. Just get better, improve your skills if that's the case. If you really feel the type of way about it, just be fulfilled with the fact that you're probably reaching certain milestones and goals that you just never achieved before. Like this man, Theodore Roosevelt, for those who know, he said, comparison is the thief of joy. And the reason why this is so true, I want you to imagine yourself in a commission-like sales job. And let's say you're used to making 2 to 3 grand commission checks, right? But this month you made 6 grand for your commission check, right? And you're telling everybody like, yo, I just did this and that third. I find it, I just doubled my income and that third. Like, I'm really happy right now. You're just so full of joy. And then you see this man, Larry, walk in out of nowhere and he's talking about yo, I just made an 8 grand commission check. Oh my God, I'm so happy for myself. Oh my God, this third. And everyone's happy for him too. But you start looking at him like, dang, that man just made 8 grand? Oh my God, you just start looking like, man, that's a lot of money. Oh my God. And you start to lose the sight of the fact that you just made 6 grand for your commission check. You never made that before in your life. You're used to making 2 to 3 grand, and you're too busy worried about the fact he just made 8 grand, and you forgot that you just made 6 grand. And you just lost all that joy and fulfillment. And you're now feeling not envious, but you're now kind of jealous to the fact that this man just made a little bit more than you, when you never even made what you just made before. So that's what I mean by, like, don't let other people distract you from whatever you have in front of you right now. Like, just be happy for the next man if they are doing something that you want to do, or they are achieving things that you just want to achieve already. Just be happy for them, but focus on what you have in front of you. And one day you might be able to have the same things in your life once you start focusing on what you have in your life today. So that's all I want to say on this one, and let's go ahead and get into tip 2. So tip 2. All right, so tip 2 is staying motivated. Now, this is a hard one because you got procrastination, and then you got the whole support system. And when it comes to procrastination, you kind of sometimes don't want to take change. Like, you're scared to take that initiative because you don't know what the end goal can be like. And sometimes people don't have a purpose in whatever they're trying to get into. Like, they're just trying to be rich but don't have no reason to be rich. They just want to be rich because of a car. Like, you can't have external things driving you, because you're not going to find any meaning towards whatever you're trying to go for. Because once you achieve that, or if you do achieve it, it's just like, okay, what's next? Like, that's all you wanted to do was achieve a fucking Lamborghini. Like, you got to have more purpose to that. Like, for me, my purpose and why I'm so motivated and to achieve, like, to want to attain success, is because I want to retire my mom. I want to put my family members in line with success with me. Like, I want to make sure I'm not the only one eating. I want to have my friends and my family eating right around me. So it's like, I know I got to do certain things, and that motivates me, knowing that if I do the right things right now, I'm going to set up people's lives in ways that they never expected. So it's like, you gotta find whatever that is like, that's going to drive you to whatever you need to be at. And when it comes to having a support system, that's hard sometimes for some people to actually take that step because they know no one's like riding with them in a way. But once you just take that first step, like, you lose all fear, because that's something you're going to have to lose, and you just go ahead and take action and take that step into whatever you want to do. You're going to have people who've been wanting to take a step as well. And they're going to admire you. Like, when I first started my YouTube channel, I had people coming out the waterworks like, yo, Greg, you're taking this huge step. That is so amazing. I'm so proud of you, this and that third. And you're like, wow, people really looking up to me. Like, that's cool. And then it got to be, but it's for a greater purpose, though. Like, my purpose is the reason why I know I'm going to get supporters. But this is really me, though. So it's like, whatever your purpose is and whatever you want to start, make sure you have a greater purpose towards it. Like, you ain't trying to just take people's money and eat off of them, this, that, and third. I'm trying to get money, but also feed this money back to people. Like, feed this back to my community. So like, make sure your purpose is greater and the support is going to be there. Like, you're going to have people coming out of nowhere like, yo, you're so cool. Is there anything I can do for you to help you do this, that, and third? Is there anything I can like start or post for you that will make you get more like publicity, this, that, and third? Like, there's going to be people supporting you that you will never expect, but sometimes it just won't be your friends. Because your friends not going to understand in a way. Like, the people who's closer with you, it's weird. They don't support you the same way that strangers will. But once you realize those strangers are really who you need to be giving your attention to, it is like, okay, it's time to make new friends. And you start you start gravitating towards all these people who are really showing you mad love. Because that's the people you should be around anyways. So that is what I mean by staying motivated. Another thing you can do when trying to stay motivated is write down your goals and mark them off as soon as you do something, mark it off. Like, I look back not so long ago when I had to rearrange my room for my YouTube channel. I had wrote note cards around the house. Like, I put note cards around the house and I would write down on them. And when I was cleaning up my room, I realized I had note cards back from like 6-8 months ago, and I forgot all about them. But when I checked them, I saw that I actually done everything on my note cards. And that is another way of speaking things to existence in the law of attraction and just through prayer. But that is just one example. Just like, just seeing things that you marked off like that. Like, you can mark off like, wow, I've done this already. Like, wow, I've really done this. Like, write it down and just mark it off. And you're going to see things happen. It's gonna be like, okay, maybe I can do this I can maybe do this with something bigger. Like, instead of me putting a small little goal, what if I wrote down, I want to make $100,000 this year? And then you might look back at that 8 months ago, or you might forget about it, but you might run back into it and you're like, damn, I really achieved $100,000 this year. Like, that's what keeps you motivated sometimes. Like, just seeing that you're actually tracking your success and you're going and doing the things that you said you wanted to do. But that is it for number 2. Let's go to tip 3. All right, so for tip 3, I want to get at when it comes to this thing we call life is not taking things personal. Now, I'm going to give you 3 books right here that's going to tell you and help you understand people. But once you start going through life, it's just like, why? Like it's not that deep. Like, you're going to run into situations and scenarios where it's just like, it's all out of your hands. I'm going to let God deal with this. And that's how you just got to go through things with life sometimes. Like, it should never be something that controls you and affects you that much, especially when it comes to people that don't know you, that it should really affect your emotions, the way you feel about something, or the way you act out. Like, you got to be confident within yourself to understand who you are as a person and not act out when things just get rough or when people start treating you a way that you don't deserve to be treated. So, just don't let people get into you like that. Like, it's never that deep. And anytime someone usually acts out towards you anyways, it's usually because they got things internally that they're going through. Like, they get their own battles in life that they're going through. That's what's inside of them. So it's like, if you don't have battles going inside of you, you're a happy person. You enjoy the life that you're living. Understand that. Just reflect that same energy back off to those people who's treating you differently. Like, it's going to eat them up way more than it's eating you up. And you're going to be like, yeah, this man was an asshole, but I handled it the way I know God want me to handle it. Or I handled it the way I know my mom want me to handle it. I respected myself instead of acting out in a way that he wanted me to act out. Like, don't let no one control how you act. Control the way you act. So it was like, just go through life, not caring, letting people be. You're going to run through situations, let it be. Don't be that asshole that they want you to be, and just keep going. Because it's never that deep, honestly. Let that shit that happen at that moment, and then keep going with life. And sometimes you just don't know what they're going through. Like, that's a really huge thing to why I say don't take it personally. Because let's say you're driving on the highway, right? And you're side by side, and you're just flowing with the way of traffic, but there is a lot of space in front of you, right? And this man comes flying, and he ends up getting behind you, right? And now he's trying to get around you. He's not riding your bumper, and you start taking things personally, like, yo, why the fuck this man behind me is like this, that, third? And he's trying to get around you. And you start slowing down, being an asshole, because he on my back. I'm gonna let him feel how I feel to be having someone up on you like that. So you start backing up, this, that, third, slowing down your car, pressing your brakes, and now he starts beeping his horn like, man, move out the way, beep, beep, And now you're taking things personally, because now you're trying to start a conflict when really he just wanted to get around you the whole time, and you don't even know what he got going on right now. This man could be trying to get to his wife that's at the hospital, that's going through labor, or his mom just got rushed to the hospital. Now he got to make sure his mom's straight. Like, you just don't know what he's going through. And you just got to imagine, like, yo, if you just would have just moved out the way, if you would have just moved out the way, this would all been avoided. And you just gotta think sometimes, what if you was that man who was behind you just trying to get around you? Like, and you had something going on with your life, but now you got behind somebody and now they trying to slow down. Like, you're gonna be mad too. So it's like, you just can't let things, take you to a different person. Like, you can't let things change you, change how you feel, change how you move. Like, that's whack. Like, that's some whole shit, honestly. Like, you don't let people control you, you control yourself. So it's like, once you start taking initiative and start being more confident within yourself and understanding, you don't got to act a certain way because people acting this way towards you. Life gets easier. You start moving ahead in life and you're going to excel because you're going through things that people just couldn't handle themselves. So that's it with tip 3. I'm going to go ahead and get to tip 4 because this is a good one, and let's get it. Tip 4. All right, so part 4, and this is the last tip I have for y'all today. But it's honestly being grateful. Like, what helped me understand how to be grateful and just develop some type of gratitude in life was making a stronger connection with God, honestly. Like, that helped me a whole lot, because at first I used to go through life thinking I made this happen, I made that happen, and the reason my life is the way it is because of me. But then once I realized, like, yo, I'm blessed and God has really brought all these things in my life for me, it made being grateful easier. Like, a lot of people don't be able to live the lifestyle that you live right now. Like I said in my previous videos, like the phone that y'all watch me on, or whatever laptop you watch me on, is you got to be appreciative of the fact that you're even on a social media app, or you're on YouTube, or this anything like this. A lot of things that we have in our lives is just something that's so unappreciated, and you just got to be joyful of the life that you have. Like, the littlest things. Like, I'm telling you, man, I said in my last video, but it's really a huge one when it comes to this whole thing about life, because you see the Debbie Downers in life. You see people who don't appreciate where they're at, and they just complain about the littlest things. Like, you don't want to be around complainers, because you don't see complainers go up in life. You see the people who appreciate life go up in life. Like, I don't think there's anyone who's reached a certain status in life that, that has a symbol of greatness in their life are Debbie Downers. Like, they always see things on a positive aspect. Like, if something comes in their way, they don't see that roadblock as a roadblock. They see that roadblock as, okay, this is not the way to go anyway. It's time for it. It's time to go around the roadblock and go take a new path. Like, just getting away from these Debbie Downers and people who are always talking down, and just get right with yourself and understand God, honestly. Just having a spiritual relationship, like, it helped me. What helped me this year, I started going to church once a month now. So I know I have a spiritual relationship with God, but maybe I can make it stronger by taking that next step. Like, if people who don't have one, just take that next step and just commit yourself to going to church at least once a month. Like, you got 4 Sundays out the month. So it's like, try going once, or download a Bible app. Like, when you're going to sleep and you're bored or chilling, you don't have nothing to do, you don't want to listen to music, or you can just go to sleep, like, hearing the Bible app in your ear play. And it helps, just anything that you think would anything that you think could help you could help, honestly. Like, writing down things I'm grateful for. Now, my friend Busa told me that he goes every morning, he writes down 5 things he's grateful for, and that helps him develop gratitude within the things that he has in his life. And what they say is, when you're grateful for something, God blesses you with more. So it's like, if you're not worried about the fact that, like, you might have things that might be took care of, like your car battery might have just blew out, so now you got to pay that bill, or you might have to pay some type of fee because you just got a ticket somewhere, or just anything. Like, if you don't worry about those things, just be grateful for the fact that, okay, well, at least I do have a car, or at least I'm able to drive myself to work. Like, if you start just being grateful for things like that, it's just, he's going to be like, okay, I'm going to end up raising your pay. I'm going to end up surprising you at work and just raising your pay. And now you could be able to take care of those bills and, for future more. But that's my last tip. Just those are the 4 key tips. Just don't compare yourself to others. Stay motivated. Don't take things personal, and just stay grateful with things that you have in life. And honestly, that's just like what, life is really all about. Those 4 things right there. All right, so this was part 1 out of the 4 when it comes to the Growing Up with Greg series for the month of March. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If something resonated with you, let me know down below of which part of this video really helped you a lot. and you felt like, yo, this is something I might need to improve on, like, just let me know down below. And please leave a like down and subscribe to the channel. And again, next video coming up next week is going to be on financial tips. So you're going to learn how to probably budget money, save it better, and probably to make some more, better investments in your life. So again, I'm gone. I hope you liked the video, and y'all have a nice one, all right? Stay blessed.